An early September evening here in Pittsburgh means a couple of things. The start of a new school year, still hot weather outside, and girls soccer just getting started here. Welcome you to Ante Marino Stadium here in the campus of Gateway High School for some Wednesday evening girls soccer as the Franklin Regional Panthers take on the Gateway Gators here on Gateway Gator Production. Hello everybody and thank you again for tuning in. I'm Spencer Witt. Gateway with a 1-1 record this season so far. Franklin Regional 2-1. Both teams looking for back-to-back victories in section play. Franklin Regional had a victory on their last match against Penn Trafford. An overtime goal was the difference in that one. On the other side for Gateway, it was a goal in domination against Penn Hills, 3-0 victory against Penn Hills to give them their first victory in section play. So both of these teams looking to try and earn themselves another victory in the section as we take a look at the Gators in their respective huddle in the black jerseys for the Gators. And temperature still in the mid-80s as we approach game time here, but a little bit of shade from the trees over in the distance.
Elena Ellinger is ready to kick off for the Gators.
And Elena Ellinger will kick off for Gateway. Gateway going from right to left. Franklin Regional going from left to right. We're underway here on Gateway Gator Productions. It is the Gators who have the ball first. Maintain possession. Grayson Fry. That one taken away, though, by Franklin Regional. Franklin Regional in their last match had a loss against Thomas Jefferson. The Jaguars, that was a non-conference matchup in the second annual Caitlin Moe Rosensteel Memorial Kickoff Classic this past weekend. The Panthers got off to a good start against the Jaguars. First goal was for Franklin Regional. Abby Paterline was the one who scored for the Panthers, but Thomas Jefferson would respond. Back-to-back goals after this half. And then Franklin Regional was able to respond, but Thomas Jefferson took it, and that was the difference. But speaking of taken away here by Franklin Regional. Shaylee Reichbaum had that one for the time being, but back over for Gateway, one of the captains, number 12 for the Gators, Hayden Price. Only two seniors on this Gateway Gators squad. Rebecca Ryan, who is currently injured and not being able to play tonight. And the goalkeeper for Gateway, Jada Settles, the other senior on the team. This one rolls all the way over and then taken away, though, by Franklin Regional. Addison Lacey will send it forward. Clock counts down from 40 minutes. We'll have two halves. And it'll be back over to Franklin Regional. Their white jerseys going from left to right, and they give it back to their goalkeeper for the Panthers. Eris Lamanna is the one who will be stopping Gateway for the Panthers. Lamanna, the senior, one of the goalkeepers for Franklin Regional. This ball forward, good spacing. Stepping up, though, defensively is a Gator. Forward as Addie Hellman sends it over to the near side here. Flicked forward. And Franklin Regional with it. Brooke Blakely defensively, sends it over to her teammate. That's Eden Williams, and Williams sends it over to the far side. Flicked forward, but that will be collected by Jada Settles for Gateway. Mentioned it before, it was Franklin Regional who won against Penn Trafford in their last conference match. Taken away, though, by Gateway, only momentarily, a collision, and the Panthers have it. A 1-0 victory against the Warriors of Penn Trafford. And it was Eden Williams who scored the winner for Franklin Regional in overtime, golden goal format, of course. So that was the difference in that match. Give and go, well executed for Gateway. Hayden Price tries to get it to her teammate, Ella Ellinger, and could not get it to her. It's sent back on a two-bouncer to the goalkeeper. That's Lamanna. Reese Phillips with it for Franklin Regional. Phillips, a junior. And the offense for Franklin Regional moves forward. Good move, but Settles is able to just get to that one. Alyssa Velasquez had a nice play getting around a defender, but Settles stepped up. Take another look at it. Nice move again from Velasquez, but Settles getting there just in time. Forward for Franklin Regional, trying to get, or for Gateway, excuse me, trying to get it to Megan Marsh, couldn't get it to her, and collected by the Panthers. To the far side. Well, they got a couple players down that left side there. If they can get it to her, no, they're not going to be able to. Defensively, Zahara Myers gets to that one. So Franklin Regional with it at the 50-yard line. Taken away, though, by Gateway. Addie Hellman was over there, but not for long. Franklin Regional still with it, and they moving forward at that 10-yard line. Shot taken, and Settles will collect that one. Abby Paterline with the strike from Franklin Regional. Another look at this one. Paterline. Not bad from that distance, but Settles plays that one exactly how you're supposed to. Settles has had a couple years of experience under her belt as the keeper for Gateway. The defense for the Gators last season, a decent defense against some of the top offenses in the section. Plum, of course, being one of them, always a dominant team in the section. Franklin Regional being another one, but as you're taking a look here at the standings, Latrobe 1-0. Penn Trafford, that loss, of course, to Franklin Regional. The Gators 1-1. Greensburg-Salem and Penn Hills still winless in section play, but it's early. It's very early here in this one. Is Gateway with it, just that ball a little too far behind. Ella Ellinger off Peyton Kuiper's foot. It'll be a throw-in for the Panthers.
Number 7, Phillips on the throw-in.
Thrown into the Eden Williams of Franklin Regional. And they work it all the way over where Gateway will shield the player, and a confusion there. Last second, Settles was coming up, and a player for Gateway got a piece of it before Settles could get to it. I don't know if Franklin Regional player got to that one either, but regardless, good news, it wasn't any harm's way. And it's forward for the Gators. Turning in this one, Paterline. Paterline's got a teammate right there. Still in the box, sent forward. The Panthers going to be offsides, though, unfortunately.
Against the Panthers. Gator ball.
One of the captains for Franklin Regional, Lily Fernari. Yeah, he's taking a look. Fernari gets behind the defender, but just a half a step too early on that one. Back for Franklin Regional. And the Panthers with it to the far side. Forward over the head of one player. A Panther gets to that one. That was Fernari again, but nothing on that, and Settles will get to it. Once again, a beautiful evening here in Monroeville, Pennsylvania. If you like the warm weather, you want my opinion, this is way too hot, way too late in this year. 87 degrees. As you see Franklin Regional with their opportunity, and Settles gets in front of that one.
Nice play there by Jada Settles.
Jada Settles denying the Panthers on their first big opportunity. It'll be a throw-in for Franklin Regional. Another look at that one. That was Alyssa Velasquez trying to get that over Settles, but Settles in the way. That's exactly what you want to do as a keeper. Coming up and coming up big for the Gators, excuse me. Gators with their first substitution on the match. Anna Walter checking in.
Anna Walter is into the Gator lineup.
As this ball into the corner and out of play, it'll be a throw-in for Franklin Regional. Reese Phillips will throw it in over towards Settles, and Settles will collect that one. That was the big boot from Phillips. But Franklin Regional back with it again. Looking for the give and go, but Gateway's able to get there. Peyton Kuiper. Was a freshman last season. Kuiper got a lot of starting minutes on the varsity team for Gateway. Kuiper with it. Walter. Aiden Price. Price got an option right to her, but the touch just a little too much. And the initial strike a little bit too much there as well, and to the right for Gateway. Under half an hour remaining here in this first half. Several substitutes coming in for Franklin Regional. Elena Oatley will check in for the Panthers.
Number 2,
Paige McMillan and
6,
Anna Coons.
Anna Coons. And 31, Elena Otley are in for the Panthers.
So Otley, Coons, and McMillan come in for Franklin Regional. All seniors. I told you before, this is a deep lineup, a deep class for Franklin Regional. Several seniors, several juniors on this team. Franklin Regional has had to deal with some injuries this season as well, as that one out of play, and it will be, or a foul called, excuse me, on Franklin Regional in the first free kick of the evening for Gateway. A couple players into the box, headed though by the Panthers of Franklin Regional. Gateway will get to it though. Abby Griffith taken away by Franklin Regional. Myers is in front of that one though for the Gators. And it will be out of play, a throw-in. Mentioned it before, Franklin Regional, a lot of injuries early on in this season. Franklin Regional, the Panthers have a couple players that are already inactive and not dressed for these matches. One of them being their freshman defender, Grace Copeland. Broke her leg in the 1-0 win over Penn Trafford. This is a Franklin Regional team. They gave up 3 goals to the Jaguars, but did not let up more than 3 goals last season. And the only team they gave up 3 goals to last year was Plum. Of course, the Mustangs, the team to beat in the section, no doubt. Continuously have won the section year in and year out. A dynasty, to say the least, for that girls' soccer team. This one collected by Lamanna, and it will be sent forward, rolled forward, actually.
With that ball, number 18 for the Panthers. And she passes it off to number 12, Blakely.
Back over to Lamanna for Franklin Regional. The Panthers cross midfield. Some pressure though from Gateway, but possession still for the Panthers as this one. A good run from Reese Phillips, but just couldn't get that one on target. Settles tracked it the whole way until it went out of play. Rolled in by the Gators. And they escape the pressure, and turning is Abby Griffith, excuse me. Taken away though, Paige McMillan. The giveaway, but Griffith is bailed out by her teammates. Only momentarily though. Another throw in for Franklin Regional. Reese Phillips will throw it in. The Panthers with it. Natalie Coe
is in for the Gators.
Gateway still with it. Big boot from Julia Beam, though. All the way back down. Where it will be collected by Lamanna. Out of play, it'll be a throw-in for the Panthers. Anna Coons will throw it in. Not a good one from Paige McMillan off the outside of her foot. And it will be a goal kick for the Gators. Jada settles. Keeper for the Gators, but it's taken away. And now possession back for Franklin Regional, but they'll back up a little bit. Pressure has to send it all the way back down from one goalkeeper to another. Eris Lamanna drops it off, though. Brooke Blakely. Some strong running from Franklin Regional, but just too many players converging on that one for the Gators, and now they take possession. Flicked forward where Kuiper will try and get there, but second ball goes to Paige McMillan for Franklin Regional. McMillan over to Elena Otley. Good ball, the far side. The Panther was actually able to get there, but it will be a goal kick. Gives Zahara Myers credit defensively there. Oh, bad miscue there though, and now it's a corner kick for for Franklin Regional, excuse me. First corner kick for the Panthers in this one. Reese Phillips will take it for the Panthers. Panthers have their players in a line, and they'll move forward with it. Headed, though, but play stopped. A foul is called on the Panthers. Another look at this one. You're going to see it right there. 28 is going to be called for the push. Natalie Coe. Good news for Gateway regardless. Settles was there for it. Be out of play, and we'll have a stoppage here in this one for a hydration break. Of course, again, temperatures in the high 80s.
Officials timeout.
An officials timeout here in this one.
Papa Rocks Pizza. Or how about a
As you
cold
see,
drink?
Gateway head coach Caleb Kuiper for the Gators. A couple seasons under his belt now for Gateway. Trying to build on the program for the Gators. Again, a team that does not have as many top teams, or top players, excuse me, or top players from last season. Some new players starting for the Gators. And they're trying to get to this type of ranking here. It's the Post-Gazette 3A rankings. Moon, the Tigers, 3-0 on the year. Latrobe, 2-0. Mars, of course, the Planets, both on the men or boys and girls side. Always a force in soccer. Franklin Regional, respectively, in 2-1 record. And Thomas Jefferson, the team that took down the Panthers. And here's the Trib 3A rankings as well. Plum there in 4th, Franklin Regional in 5th, and the same three teams you saw earlier, the little switcheroo between Latrobe and Mars in those rankings. Post-Gazette did not appreciate or did not feel that the Mustangs' large victories in non-conference was not up to test for them to be in the top 5. But we'll see as things continue throughout the rest of this year. Of course, one of those victories was that match against Gateway, 6-0 victory for the Mustangs.
Abby Griffith on the throw-in, and again.
Gateway their last victory, 3-0 win over Penn Hills. That one at Penn Hills, of course.
There goes Grayson.
All teams will be squaring off in their section at home and on the road this season. As matches, of course, go into late October, early November. Let's take a look at the upcoming games here for Gateway. Franklin Regional, of course, tonight. They'll be at Penn Trafford. Knock the Knights, a non-conference game there. Greensburg-Salem, a non-section, I should say. Greensburg-Salem on September 18th. And then at Latrobe on the 20th as well. And so for Franklin Regional, that game on the 18th, real quick, that Gateway game, I'll be on the call for that one as they take on Greensburg-Salem. Franklin Regional, of course, they've got their game tonight. They'll play tomorrow against Blackhawk in a non-conference matchup. Greensburg-Salem, the Golden Lions, have struggled throughout the past couple of years, winless last season. Latrobe, the Wildcats, always a decent team. And then that Plum Mustangs matchup, September 18th, that's going to be a good one for both of those teams as well. But right now, still scoreless here in this one. 17 minutes and change on the clock in the first half. .6:30 start time here in Auntie Marino Stadium, home of the Gateway Gators. Of course, in the fall, it will be boys and girls soccer and football. Of course, the fall as well, we'll have girls volleyball. We'll take a look at some of the broadcasts coming up. Football, of course, on Friday, they'll be taking on North Hills. Adam Gusky and Vince Russo will be on the call of that one. Girls volleyball on September 14th against Penn Hills. Will be on the call for that one. Franklin Regional in football. These two teams will be squaring off in a different sport. The one that you actually use your feet less than this one, although it's called football. Vince Russo and I will be on the call of that one. Girls soccer against Greensburg-Salem on September 18th. And then football will be at Plum, the Mustangs. Almost shocked the Gators last season, looking to try and do just that as well this year. Gateway off to an 0-2 start, though, on the football side of things. Yeah, he's taking a look at this one. Just hitting off that flagpole and resulting in the corner kick for the Panthers. One touch from Franklin Regional. McMillan, but stepping up. And a foul called on Franklin Regional. Megan Marsh specifically was the one who stepped up there for the Gators. Free kick taken. Kept in, but only momentarily, and it'll be a throw-in for Franklin Regional. Another throw-in. They'll slowly move down the pitch. Under 15 here in this first half. Bouncing once, twice, off a shoulder, and now Gateway. Can they get it to that far side? Oh, actually better spacing now. And dropping it off and crossing midfield. Gators looking for Kuiper. They're going to get it to her. Good touch from Kuiper and a good pass to Hayden Price. And then forward, but collected by Eris Lamanna. First save of the afternoon.
Nice save there by the Panthers.
So Lamanna with a stop, and then Franklin Regional with it now. Possession feels closer to the lines of 75-25 or 60-40 if you're generous. Franklin Regional in favor of the possession as a foul called on Gateway. Anna Coons off her foot and out of play. We'll have a sub coming in for the Gators for the throw-in. Savannah Bowden checks in for Gateway, freshman for the Gators. Paterline for Franklin Regional. Right outside the box, cuts it in, crosses it in, settles in a collision. Where's the ball at? Now it bounces back over. Settles did not know where that ball was as she collided into a Franklin Regional player in Zahara Myers. I think Myers got a piece of it to have that one skip by past the goal and towards the outside of the box. And a throw in for Franklin Regional. Let's take another look at this one again. Crossed in, and you see Myers. No correction, it was Franklin Regional actually that tried to cross that one back in. Reese Phillips sent it back over, but nobody was there for the Panthers. And a corner kick for Phillips. The junior for Franklin Regional. It's a low corner. Off a foot, still in play. But not enough on it as Settles will collect it. Another look at this one.
Nice save there by Settles.
See off Paterline. Could have been argue for a handball, but nothing there for Franklin Regional. And here comes Gateway. And forward from Megan Marsh, but no one in the area for Gateway. Aris Lamanna will collect it. And Franklin Regional will move forward. Turning is Shaylee Reichbaum, one of the captains for Franklin Regional, has a defender all over her. Crossed in, nobody there though. Not a bad run from Reichbaum.
Out of bounds.
We'll be out of play. Another look at this one.
Gator ball, wholesale substitutions.
Graceland Fry was defending her. And we'll have several substitutes coming in for both teams. Call them out as we see it. Eliana Canfield comes in for the Panthers. Julia Beam back in for Gateway. Natalie Coe is back in as well for Franklin Regional. Under 10 here in this first half. Still scoreless between Franklin Regional and a Gateway. Out of play, a throw in for the Gators. The shade has covered a large portion of this field now. You can see some spots and patches of sunlight. Eliana Canfield just couldn't get to that one. It will be a throw-in. Elena Ellinger will check back in. Zahara Myers checks out for Gateway. Fenari. Back over to Regan Weaver, who had checked in for Franklin Regional. Reagan Weaver, excuse me. Good give and go for Franklin Regional at the edge of the box. Velasquez, shot taken, but Settles is right there for it. Jada Settles with it. Has another look at this one. Just fighting and then getting to that was Alyssa Velasquez. Velasquez just turned and took a shot. Settles is right there for it. Blakely for Franklin Regional. Scanning her options and then back over. Great ball movement from Franklin Regional. Velasquez will get to that one, has a defender on her. Velasquez gets around a defender, cuts it in. Nobody there, though, for Franklin Regional. First player step up Gateway, deflects off a Panther, and it will be a throw-in for the Gators. Julia Beam throws it in, but not yet. There's a player down for Gateway. As you take another look at this one. Again, Velasquez crossing it in just behind an attacker for the Panthers. As a player down for Gateway, looks to be just cramping issues. Take a look at the schedule for Gateway. We talked about it before, that 6-0 loss to Plum. A 3-0 victory against Penn Hills. And then Franklin Regional, ranked 4th or 5th, depending on which newspaper you're looking at. The Post-Gazette being the left side, Trib being the right side. We'll take on Penn Trafford, the Warriors, on September 11th. The Knights of Knock on September 16th. Greensburg-Salem, the Golden Lions, will be on that broadcast on September 18th. And at Latrobe, a top team in 3A as well. Continuing out the rest of the schedule, they're taking on Plum, the Mustangs at Plum on the 25th. Penn Hills on the 27th. Woodland Hills, a non-conference matchup on the 30th. They'll be out in Murraysville for Franklin Regional October 2nd. Penn Trafford October 4th. At the Talbots of Hampton on October 9th. At Greensburg-Salem. And then against Latrobe. The Wildcats in their final match of the year. Good news after this injury is that player for the Gators, didn't see exactly what number that was, is able to get up and put some pressure on that. That's Anna Walter for Gateway. Her right leg, right ankle to be specific, able to walk off, looks like on her own power as well, which is definitely a good sign for Gateway. So play will continue here. About 6 minutes remaining here in this first half. Here on Gateway Gators Network, courtesy of Gateway Gators Productions. Of course, you can check out all the Gateway Gators games through gatewaygatorproductions.com. That one out of play. Another throw in. Crossed in off a player. I think it was off Myers for the Gators. And yes, it will be, no correction, it'll be a goal kick. So Franklin Regional is actually the last one to get a touch on that one. Another look at it. Paterline crossed it in, and then the Panthers got a piece of it but couldn't direct it towards the goal. Franklin Regional still with possession. Knocking on the door here. But they'll backtrack a little bit. Scanning the options. They were looking for Eliana, Canfield, but Gateway was there for it first. A tough header, and Eden Williams will get back to it for the Panthers. Brooke Blakely, junior for Franklin Regional. Off a player back for the Gators, and colliding was Velasquez and Myers.
Gator ball.
Another substitution will come in for Gateway. Peyton Kuiper will check back in for the Gators.
Griffith on the throw in.
Griffith will throw it in for Gateway. Over the head of Megan Marsh. Back over there for Franklin Regional. Pressure from Marsh on Williams. Out of the reach of Reichbaum, and Myers with it. Emily Werner back over to Settles. Three minutes remaining here. Edge of the box, but a foul is called, pushing on Franklin Regional.
Pizza and a cold drink. Wait for you at the refreshment stand. We have pizza from tonight's sponsor, Papa Rocks, along with.
So a free kick for Gateway.
The refreshment stand has candy and treats. Best of all, a hot night.
And a foul called.
A cold drink is there to wash everything down.
So 2 minutes remaining here in the first half as the PA announcer announcing there's cold drinks and pizza at the refreshment stands. It's very tempting here at halftime.
Thank you for supporting our team.
Hayden Price tries to get around a couple of defenders, but it's taken away by Franklin Regional. A little too much pushing, yeah, will be on Warner, and a foul called. Forward for Franklin Regional. Can they get to it? Myers is going to shield her defender away, and it will be a goal kick. And that's how you do it when that ball is going towards the end line. Possession would go back to you on a goal kick. Shielding the attacker away was Myers. Another look at this one. Franklin Regional fans, of course, were not happy. Wanted a foul called, but Velasquez could not get to that ball at all. But a shot taken here, and it's punched away by Settles. Jada Settles, a huge save with 90 seconds remaining in this first half. Another look at that one. Final minute, though, and a corner kick for Gateway. I believe it was Phillips with the strike. This one into the box for Franklin Regional. Off a foot, not a play. Goal kick for Settles. Another look at this one. A white jersey got to that one first, but just couldn't corral that one back down and towards the goal. Good ball over to Savannah Bowden. Marsh with a shot, and that one wide for Gateway. Best chance Gateway's had so far this evening. Bowden and Marsh, another look at this one. Marsh stepping up with the right foot. And Lamanna going to her right. Did not get a piece of it, it's just wide. And that is the end of the first half. Franklin Regional and Gateway scoreless in this one. A couple opportunities for both of these teams. But still, we're scoreless here in this one. Don't go anywhere for the second half between the Franklin Regional Panthers and the Gateway Gators here on Gateway Gators Productions. Back here for the second half between Franklin Regional and Gateway. Some Wednesday evening girls soccer here on Gateway Gators Productions. Thank you again for tuning in. I'm Spencer Witt. Still scoreless here between these two teams. Pretty dead even on the score sheet. Possession in favor of Franklin Regional by a decent margin, but the Gators had a big strike at the end of that first half. Megan Marsh sending that one just wide of the keeper Eris Lamanna for Franklin Regional. And the Panthers also had a couple of opportunities themselves. A strike from a Franklin Regional player, I believe it was Reese Phillips, that was punched away by Jada Settles. So both these teams switching sides now. Franklin Regional will be going from right to left. Gateway, the Gators in the black jerseys, will be going from left to right. And Addison Lacey throwing it in for Franklin Regional. It'll be a throw-in for a Gateway. Just out of play, another throw-in for the Gators. Again, Gateway with a win over Penn Hills. 3-0 was the score of that one for their first section win. And a loss to Plum, 6-0 from the Mustangs, who should be the team to beat in the section in their first section match. And this one, deep ball, but headed. Franklin Regional still with it, but only momentarily. I think if you're head coach Caleb Kuiper, you definitely have to understand that you do not want to face off against Plum in your first match in section play. Take a look, Plum, Latrobe, PT, and Franklin Regional, the top four in the section right now. Of course, Plum has won this section for close to a decade, at least from what I've understood. Might actually be longer now that I think about it. I remember looking that up last year in last year's broadcast against Gateway. They were nationally ranked for a certain point, the Mustangs. That's how good they were. couple years back. But the Gators and the Panthers, of course the Panthers, in their last match in section was a 1-0 victory against Penn Trafford. Again, 2 victories on the year, one against Kiski, non-conference matchup at PT1. Is this strike taken from the Panthers no good? And then, of course, that non-conference matchup, non-section matchup, I should say, still the same level, was a 3-2 loss to Thomas Jefferson, and the papers are calling that one an upset for the Jaguars. As the lights finally turn on here in Auntie Marino Stadium. Sun going down. Still 85 degrees out, though. I mean, it's still a warm one here. Should cool off by this weekend.
Ellinger to Kuiper.
Sun setting at around 7:45, so just a couple more minutes of sunlight.
Werner.
And on the left side, it will be
On the kick to Bean.
Gateway who will have it. Julia Beam defends. Deep ball settles. We'll get to it. Just too much mustard on that one. Paterline was the one in the area for Franklin Regional. Not a good touch, but collected by Franklin Regional. Williams. Eden Williams scored the game winner against Penn Trafford in overtime. As a collision, and they are going to call a foul. Yes, they will. Foul called on that one. And a free kick taken. Lily Finari will take the free kick. It's too much, though, and over the uprights. The wall was set up there. Through the uprights, if we're there for the football free kick or football extra point, but couldn't get that one towards Settles. But Franklin Regional will back up, and they'll have this one now. The Panthers still with it, though, with an opportunity. Shot taken, it's off of Settles and off the bar. Still in the box, but play is stopped. It's an offsides anyway. It doesn't matter. Another look at this one, though. Correction, we have a corner kick. So it did go out of play. That was what the referee was initiating. So that ball punched away by Settles. And a corner kick. Eden Williams will take the corner for Franklin Regional. First player to get that one is a Franklin Regional player. That was Abby Paterline, but not enough on it. Right to Settles, and she'll collect that one. Another look, you'll see Paterline. Middle of your screen there. Get a piece of it, and a couple Gators falling over from that one.
Lamana for the Panthers.
Lamana for Franklin Regional, the keeper, and then forward from Natalie Coe. Brooke Blakely. Scanning the options and then dropping it off to a teammate on the left side. Franklin Regional slowly moving down the pitch here. Addison Lacey. Lacey turns, looks, back heel. Defense there, though, from Gateway. Nice play from the Gators. That was Megan Marsh. Another look at this one as you see Marsh standing tall. Has that position. Not a foul there. I mean, Marsh has it. You can't just back into her. Entitled to that ground. And a substitution for Gateway. Savannah Bowden checks in, gets a touch.
Savannah Bowden is in for the Gators.
Natalie Coe. Paige McMillan. McMillan over Elena Oatley. Correction, Otley. McMillan. McMillan will take this one, and it's a one bouncer, I should say, to Settles.
McMillan on that shot.
I think McMillan was looking to just not sky that one and didn't put as much on it as she wanted. Hence the one bouncer to Settles. Lacey. Taken away by by Gateway. Again, possession still for Franklin Regional. They keep going with it, but cannot get behind this back line of Gateway. 4 defenders in the back there for the Gators. Beam. Forward. Into the box from Price. Nothing doing there. And then right back down. Half an hour left here in this one. Still scoreless between Franklin Regional and Gateway. Otley. Deflects off a player and still with it for Gateway. Back over to Settles, and Settles will just clear that one out. Alyssa Velasquez staying with it. And Settles will just send that one out of play. Another look at it. And you see Velasquez, but then the defender for Gateway getting there as well. Lena Ellinger. Out of play, a throw in for Gateway. Thrown in. Back heel, nothing there off a Franklin Regional player. Finari. Velasquez. Myers on her defensively, and Myers steps up and sends that one out.
Nice play by Myers.
Be a throw in for Franklin Regional. Another look as Velasquez has been all over the pitch for Franklin Regional. Myers was there to step up, though. Quickly taken. I don't know, Velasquez, she's going to be off sides if she's asking for that ball, but now she finally gets back on side. So just had to send it off a Gateway player. Into the box for Franklin Regional. Off a Gator. Big swing from McMillan, but nothing doing on that one. Goal kick for the Gators here in this one. Shot taken there. Not enough on it from Fenari. Out of play again. Another throw in.
Werner on the defensive play.
Emily Werner was there for the Gators. And Coons sends that one down, but back over for Brooke Blakely. Blakely to Eden Williams. Williams will get back to it, but a player for Gateway gets there. That was Bowden. Addie Hellman has to get back and get to it, but turnover from the Gators. Getting around the edge. Can Phillips keep that one in? Yes, she can. Phillips cuts it back. Reese Phillips with a shot. Settles is right there for it, though. Good run from Reese Phillips. But Settles took away the angle and collected that one. Nice job getting around Abby Griffith there. Franklin Regional with it. 25-10 on the clock. Good touch, and Settles will get to that one. Almost knocked over by her teammate Grayson Fry, but thrown in from Settles. They were looking for Fenari there on that one. Another look at this. See the collision as Fenari, or Fry, excuse me, shielding Fenari there. One touch. Back over. Gateway. Gateway struggling to maintain and hold possession here, and it's back for Franklin Regional. Off a leg of Griffith, and it will be a corner kick for the Panthers. .24 left in this one. Still scoreless between Franklin Regional and Gateway. Here on Gateway Gator Productions. Thank you again for tuning in. It's Wednesday evening of section play. Eden Williams will take the corner. Williams into the box, headed once, but it's the wrong way for Gateway, or for Franklin Regional, excuse me. Goal kick for the Gators. Take a look, that was Abby Paterline. First one to get to that, but couldn't angle that header back over towards the goal. Forward for Franklin Regional, nice move. Lacey had a little bit more room to work with there. Thought she was going to take that one forward, but instead goes past the end line, and it'll be a goal kick for the Gators.
Goal kick.
After the goal kick, the Panthers with it. Gateway having problems getting it past midfield. Nice move into the box. Shot taken, but Settles is there. That was Shaylee Reichbaum for Franklin Regional.
Kata Settles.
Another look here from one of the co-captains for Franklin Regional. Pressure from Megan Marsh. Forward at the 30-yard line there. Play on, says the ref. And possession still with Gateway. McMillan. Griffith is there, though, for the Gators. Marsh. And McMillan goes over both of their heads. Actually, correction, that was Blakely. But back over to Eris Lamanna for Franklin Regional. Into the air, touched once and out of play. Another throw in for Gateway. Into the air, second ball, Gateway, Marsh. Bowden's over there as well for the Gators. 20 minutes remaining here in this one. Franklin Regional has had pretty much all the shots in this second half, but they have yet to find the back of the net. It's been Settles for Gateway, who has had a couple of saves. And here comes Franklin Regional again, moving forward with it. Shot taken by Velasquez, but the defense was right there for it.
Defensive play by number 5, Grayson Fry.
Grayson Fry defensively was over there for Gateway. Another look at that one. You see Velasquez almost had one-on-one again. And Myers steps up. As the player is down and a foul is going to be called. And a stoppage as the training staff will come out for Marsh, or for Myers, Sahara Myers. Sophomore for Gateway. Took a collision there after taking that kick for the Gators.
17, Reagan Weaver in for the Panthers. Officials timeout.
So Myers will be tended to here with a timeout. Take a look at the beautiful evening sky here in Monroeville, Pennsylvania. Auntie Marina Stadium, 85 degrees again. Sunset says 7:43. Right now it's 7:50, so that's pretty much exactly what you're going to see. Is take a look at downtown Monroeville. Always some cars moving back and forth there. And look at downtown Pittsburgh in the distance. BNY Mellon building, UPMC building. Of course, this Monroeville, Pennsylvania, you take 376 East. Head up over to Monroeville. Myers is still being attended to for Gateway. And good sign that Myers is able to get up and walk off for the Gators. Take a look at the Gateway band. Of course, practicing for what they've got up and coming, which is a football game versus North Hills on Friday, September 8th. Gators looking for their first win of the year against North Hills. Upcoming broadcasts, girls volleyball on Thursday, September 14th against Penn Hills. We'll be on the call for that one. Football on the 15th. Vince Russo and I will be on the call for that one as well. I'll be there for soccer back here at Ante Marino Stadium on the 18th. Football at Plum. Girls volleyball against Woodland Hills on the 28th. 29th against Hempfield in football. And then boys soccer. The boys team taking on Plum here in October 5th. Down the pitch we go. Here is this one out of play, and it'll be a throw-in. Back now for Gateway. Back into the air. Franklin Regional with it. 18:27 on the clock. Eden Williams has some room to work with. They let her go to midfield. Lacey. Lacey back over into the box. Griffith has to go over there and get to it. Turns her body to where she can get a better angle on it and then sends it out of play. For the throw-in for Franklin Regional. Back to the sideline, out of play again. Another throw in off the feet. Peyton Kuiper with it, though. Kuiper, no one home for that one. She cleans it up, though, and gets a piece of that one. It'll be a throw in for the Gators. Gators still looking for their first shot of the second half. At midfield, but taken away by the Panthers. Through ball, Settles gets to it though. Reichbaum was the closest Panther there, but out of her reach. And then out of play, another throw in for Franklin Regional. To the near side. Lacey into the box. Touched by Gateway and then forward from the Gators. And Franklin Regional will backtrack and they'll work it again. Gateway just clearing things out of their side of the pitch at any opportunity. Those Franklin Regional defenders have been sitting right near midfield for a majority of this half. Just stepping up and sending it right back onto the side of Gateway's pitch. A throw in, and it will be for Franklin Regional. Quick throw in. Headed once, headed twice. And a tough touch from Gateway, and good job from Ella Ellinger. Had to go over and get to that one after Savannah Bowden just dropped it off to her and had some pressure from a Franklin Regional player. And I'll go back over for Franklin Regional. Into the box, they have a player over there, but a tough touch for the Panthers. Back in, right back out. Velasquez can't corral that one. High bounce. Bowden gets a piece of it, but it's back over. That was Weaver. Back to her, McMillan. Has a defender on her. Bowden gets a piece of it. Out of the reach of Megan Marsh. $13 and change here in this second half on the Gateway Gators Productions. Reichbaum. Good touch from Hellman. And here comes Gateway, and they've got room to work with. Past midfield. Bowden. Oh, bad touch for Gateway. Bowden wasn't able to get to that one. And here comes Franklin Regional now. Williams will move it forward. Reichbaum back to Williams. Ellinger sends that forward. Blakely. Williams for Franklin Regional. Goes right off Hayden Price. Bowden gets a piece of that one. Bad touch from Franklin Regional. Bowden forward. Player falls down. That was Williams. Can Bowden get to that one? No, but it's a throw-in for Gateway. Down the deep into Franklin Regional's side of the pitch. Brooke Blakely was able to step up there for the Panthers.
Ellinger on the throw.
Back out of play. Franklin Regional with it. And they move forward on a counter. 11 and change. Lacey. Lacey gets around the defender to the end line. Can she get to it? Yes, she will. Crosses it in. Off a Franklin Regional player. Now to play, it'll be a throw-in for the Gators.
Gator ball.
10 minutes, 37 seconds on the clock. Back over for Franklin Regional. Trying to cut back in, but Fry is there and a foul is called. on Franklin Regional. And a frustrating last touch there from Reichbaum. Reichbaum cut back in. Fry got a piece of it. And then in the clearance, Reichbaum with the foul. No cards have been drawn in this one for either side. Foul called. Free kick for Gateway. It's a quick free kick. Right back over and then forward. Price. Jouston wins that one. Forward. Bowden for a Gateway. Savannah Bowden back into the box. Sent back out by the Panthers. They're on side though. Gateway is, and a header from the Gators. Lamanna gets to it. Paterline. Griffith sends that one out of play.
Ball.
In the box for Franklin Regional. Shot taken, it goes wide.
Number 7, Jasleen Trainer.
And a pep in her step from Abby Paterline. She thought she had an opportunity there. Jasleen Trainer will check in for Gateway, the freshman. Her first minutes here in this one. Edge of the box for the Panthers. Couple players fighting for it. It's back over. Reichbaum. Stepping up. Player goes down, no call. Panthers fans were not happy about that one. Reese Phillips. Down into the corner. It's a throw in for the Gators. Turning, shot taken, and they score! Abby Paterline for Franklin Regional. And with 6.5 remaining, the Panthers break the deadlock on a goal from Abby Paterline. Turning and taking the shot. Another look at this one. Paterline right at the edge of the box. Stops, turns with the right foot. Just past Settles.
After goal scored by number 14, Abby Paterline. Final goal, 6:40. Paterline.
Paterline gets the goal. And that's the difference so far, is now Franklin Regional with the lead, and Gateway now in hurry-up mode. They need some offense here in this one, but a throw-in for the Panthers. to the far side. 6 minutes remaining here in this one. A foul called. On that one. So a free kick for Gateway at the 30-yard line. Hayden Price will take the free kick for the Gators. Into the box. That one's off the bar. Collected by the goalkeeper. Lamanna gets a piece of that one. Her first save of the second half. Another look at this one. Brought back down. Julia Beam was in the area for Gateway. But Lamanna might have just saved it for the Panthers. 4.5 remaining, and Franklin Regional with the ball. Reichbaum. Paterline. Paterline again. Settles is right there for it, though.
Nice save by Julia Settles.
To the edge line, out of play.
Okay.
Gateway's trying to apply some pressure with 3.5 here. Just moving the ball down the pitch. They need offense in this one, but Franklin Regional's defense has not allowed very many opportunities. Few and far between for the Gateway Gators. Franklin Regional with it, 2:45.
Panther ball.
With a throw in with 2.5 here in this one. And the clock counting. Reese Phillips will take her time here on this throw in. Thrown in. Looking for the give and go. Can they get it to her? Yes, they can, to the far side. For Gateway. Needs some help, though. Beam. A give and go again. Still in play, but collected by Lamanna. That was defensively Brooke Blakely who was over there. Savannah Bowden not able to do anything on that one. As you take another look, she got around Eden Williams from that give and go from Julia Beam. And Blakely shielding her away from that ball. Minute 20 remaining here in this one.
Gator ball.
Thrown in. Off one head.
1 minute left in the game.
And down the pitch with a final minute here between Franklin Regional and Gateway. Just sent out of play. Kuiper will throw it in. Back towards the middle, headed away by Franklin Regional. 35 seconds here in this one. Out of play. Another throw in. Final 5 seconds. Thrown in down the pitch, and that will be all she wrote in this one. 1-0 victory for Franklin Regional. And it was Abby Paterline for the Panthers scoring that one with about 6 minutes remaining in the match. Paterline wins it for Franklin Regional. They'll move to 2-0 in section play. Gateway falls to 1-2 in the section. That will be all she wrote here in this one. For our entire broadcasting crew, our producer Adam Gusky, our director Lee Schaefer, and the entire Schaefer family, I'm Spencer Witt saying so long, and thank you so much for tuning in here on Gateway Gators Productions. Good night, everybody.